This is the voice of the Patriot. And here we speak truth to power. Now here we don't compromise the truth. That is why we are called the headquarters of the truth. And I want to say thank you so much. I appreciate you and I love you. My brother, my sister. Now the President of the Republic of Ghana has spoken. And I'm reading this from the national communicator, the graphic. And it says, President Mahama pledges to build Ghana that works for all in Christmas message to Ghanaians. Now, President John Dramani Mahama has assured Ghanaians of plans to revive the economy and improve living conditions in his first Christmas message since returning to office. Now, in a Christmas message released on December 23rd, 2025, the president thanked citizens for the trust placed in his government and outlined the priorities of what he described as the Resetting Ghana agenda. President Mahama said his administration would work to place the country on a path of growth, job creation, accountability, and improved livelihoods. We are pursuing the Resetting agenda. To place Ghana on a path of growth, job creation, accountability, and prosperity. President Mahama said in his message, which carried the presidential seal and Christmas decoration. President Mahama can only do what he can if our attitudes continue to be the same. We will demean and undermine whatever efforts the government might put in the so-called setting or resetting Ghana agenda. Remember what Kwame Nkrumah told us, and I would like to plead to become a broken record at this point. My brother, my sister, Kwame Nkrumah told us at independence when we were so excited, jumping and jubilating. He told us, remember when I told you at our party meeting in Salt Pond, I told you that we need to change our attitudes. Now that we have our independence, aside the fact that our independence is meaningless, unless it is linked up with the total liberation of the whole of Africa, we need as a people to change our attitudes. My brother, my sister, I am sad in one way or the other when I see Ghanaians putting all their burdens on the central government. Even when our bulbs go off, we expect the central government to come and fix that. The gutters that are just sitting on our noses, and I choose my words very, very carefully. We are those smelling it. We are closest to the gutters. Instead of cleaning the gutters, as all the religions we belong to keep telling us that cleanliness is next to godliness, it looks like to most of us it is the opposite. Death is next to godliness. The dirtier we look, the holier. True or false? There are some people you go to, especially in the Zongos. A lot of these Malams believe that the dirtier they are, the better. A Malam will come and walk past you, and when you smell his jalabia, my God, you remember the public toilet. But he claims that he is holy. Spirituality in our country is synonymous to death. D-I-R-T. In our country, no spiritual person deserves to drive a BMW. No spiritual person must wear expensive shoes. They must be seen walking barefoot. They must be seen dirty. They must be seen as a dislocation totally from the realities of life. If I am wrong, tell me I am wrong. If you were going to consult a Malam for spiritual help. Tell me honestly, would you go to a Malam who is driving a BMW? No, you would go to a Malam who is sitting on sheepskin and is walking barefoot and his dress is smelly. For you, you associate that with holiness. True or false? My brother, my sister, how did we get here? Our attitudes must change. We cannot expect the government to do everything for us. The government will do it better when we align, and that is the word. My brother, we still are stealing. Government officials are stealing night and day. They are looking for a job. And a lot of government officials are stinking, dirty, and lazy. And when I say stinking, dirty, I'm not talking about the shirt and trousers and tie that they wear. I'm talking about their attitude. They steal. My brother, how many of us are employed and we give up our best? Either we go to work and sleep the whole day, or we tell each other that that's not our father's work. It looks like we are only working for the salary. It's not bad to work for the salary, but the salary must not be number one. What are you doing to improve the work? So that when you leave, at least they can come back and say, oh, you know what? Mensa was able to take it from here to that point in positivity. No. When we get a job, what we look up to most is how much we are going to be paid, not how much we can bring on board. It's the same thing with our marriages. When a man is about to marry a young woman, she's looking at what she can get in the marriage rather than what she can take to the marriage. True or false? If I'm lying, tell me. The moment a young woman goes to tell her parents, oh, I found a man who wants to marry me, the first question is, where does he work? Where does he work? Or here, Juma Bain. If you say it's a banker, okay, it's a bank there. A Juma no doso. Or your bank manager, an answer, or a messenger, an answer security man at the bank. If you say, oh, it's a bank manager, oh, you're the Nyamia say, hey, Rade. Abusia peadia chreka. My brother, my sister, they don't ask you, how is his love for you? Does he truly love you? Are you sure he loves you? Which family is he from? In my days, when men were getting ready to get married, the first question that would be asked would be, which family is this guy from? They want to look at the dossier of the family. Is it a family of thieves? Is Atayi from that family? Is Kenoforiata from that family? Is Nanando from that family? They want to know. Not today. Today they want to find out how big your bank account is. They want to find out where you work. They want to find out the kind of shoe you wear, the kind of car you drive. Even now, the dowry is paid in American dollars. True or false? In my days, they will receive schnapps and coins. Today, take coins. They will chase you out like a thief. What happened to our traditions? What happened to our attitudes? As we celebrate Christmas, my brother, my sister, many are those who are going to be eating some food that they have never eaten. Many are those who are going to be marrying. They will be merrymaking. Some will be joyously jumping left, right, and center, blowing money away. When the month ends, they start to brood. They've blown all their money away. They have had wanton sex without condoms. Babies are going to be born, unwanted babies. A lot more will be aborted. After Christmas, messages start coming in. Young ladies who cashed in during the Christmas, some of them will call men and tell them they have missed it. I missed it too. And then, what shall we do? Send me money so that I go come out them. Or me I go bono. We are going to have unwanted, better still, unplanned pregnancies. At the same time, diseases are going to spread because we do not try to be responsible when it comes to festivities like this. Unfortunately, some will lose their lives through careless driving whilst drunk to stupor. A lot of men would enter halls without jackets, and they will come out sick. A lot of women would allow a free passage without inspecting the visas well, and they will be left with diseases as well. My brother, my sister, it hurts me anytime these festivities come, because we lose a lot of lives during these times, the Yuletide, more than we gain. People get broke. Unwanted pregnancies are all over the place. Diseases are spreading all over the place. Accidents are killing many more people. And above all, the orphans, nobody really thinks about them. Of course, I do understand that some churches would go out there and feed them. At least they feed them with some good food once. They will remember them again when the year comes, as if they were supposed to eat only once a year. But at least once a meal, one meal is better than no meal at all. Are we getting serious this Christmas? Are we going to blow all our money and start looking for salary advance? Remember that any worker who keeps asking for salary advance, your employer would be starting to suspect you. No employer wants to employ somebody who is not financially stable, especially in the banks. They will soon kick you out. Be careful. Christmas is here. Christmas is not foolishness. Christmas is a solemn moment for us to meditate. Even the man whose birthday you are celebrating was a humble man. He wore one shoe all his life on earth, one shoe pair. He wore one cloth all his life. He fed people with fish and bread. There was once he fed them with alcohol at the party in Canaan. Do you all remember that? Do you read the Bible at all? My brother, my sister, the man you are celebrating himself is humble. He laid down his life for you, and you want to have sex on his birthday. You don't respond in Swadiaon. You want to have sex on the birthday of the man you are celebrating, your savior. You want to booze and misbehave, drive like a madman. Eh? Think about it, my brother. Who are you celebrating? Did the person do all these things you are doing today? Above all, my brother, my sister, the government has promised us something important, that there would be an agenda of resetting, as was pronounced earlier. May we all hold it high, in high esteem. Let's work very hard to make our country get better. And I keep saying this. Today, Nigeria has no respect. If you have a boyfriend who is a Nigerian, you are scared to even tell your friends that your boyfriend is a Nigerian because of 419, fraud. Today, a lot of Nigerians are running for Ghanaian passports. A lot of Nigerians call themselves Ghanaians. They have thrown their names away. Olatunji, Tunde, all those names have been thrown away. They are now called Mensa, Kwame. At the airport, they tell everybody they are Ghanaians. My brother, it is sad that such a great nation allowed itself to go down like this. Bad leadership. But the leaders alone cannot be blamed. The youth went into 419, stealing, fraud, hush puppying. Today, that is what is in Ghana. Fraud. And we are glorifying fraud. When people are arrested for fraud, instead of encouraging accountability and probity, no. Ghana scan or we are here. We ska cry, we ska na brofo afro brofo kra se sa na omutie omuso be we are wa. Here we are omo. Hey. Are you serious? I normally don't like to tell this story, but maybe this is the right time to mention it. I remember a few years ago, I think 4 or 5 years ago, a German man was in this country. It's a sad story. He was here. And he was in a hotel. My friend used to manage that hotel at Nungwa area there. Name of the hotel withheld. But those who know this story know this story. A German man came there. My brother, my sister, he was there. He was there. Handsome and tall. All the young ladies were going in there. And he seemed to be encouraging them. Then one day my friend called me and told me the guy left today and he didn't pay. We trusted him. He stayed here for 3 months. He said his money was coming. He would pay, he would pay, he would pay, he would pay. 419. They believe that every white man is truthful. If it was a black man, he would pay before you even enter the hotel. But this one, they allowed him in there for 3 months. He got up one night when everybody was sleeping, took the few things that he had, boom, he was gone. And he left a note on the table. It is this note that broke my heart. You know what he wrote there? He said he was in this country and he fell in love with a beautiful Ghana girl and everything was okay. He spent so much money on the Ghana girl. Everything was nice. Nice and nice. He married the Ghana girl and took the Ghana girl to Germany. The moment the Ghana girl landed in Germany, got her papers, she left him with a note that she was never in love with him from the start. She only was interested in the papers. And that with the papers, she had been able to bring her Ghana guy that she loved, the one who broke her virginity 17 years back. She was still in love with that guy. And the guy was joining her in Germany for them to continue the lovey-lovey. The German man couldn't take it. Sadly, a year later, he went to test. He was brokenhearted. He went to drinking and misbehaving. After a year or so, he went to test and realized that he had it. Because of his heartbreak, he went into bad things and he got it. Yes, he caught it. First thing he decided to do was to return to the land where he met the lady who broke his heart. He would also go there and break hearts. First, he didn't pay for the hotel for 3 months. And the number of ladies in the area that graced his bed, only God knows what he gave to them. He wrote in the note, and he was gone. My brother, my sister, they say an eye for an eye will make the world go blind, isn't it? At the same time, tit for tat, they say it's not a sin, but it is a sin. Think about it deeply. If we all decide to revenge, if we all decide to pluck each other's eyes because they plucked one of our eyes, my brother, my sister, the whole world would go blind. We all have a reason to dislike somebody, but we must create a million more reasons to love them. True or false? That's what Jesus Christ taught us. Why do you celebrate Jesus Christ without celebrating his principles? He taught you to create a certain powerful personal relationship with God. Did he not teach you that? In the Old Testament, people were taking fowls and goats and sheep and bears for prayer, intercession, sin sacrifice. Read the Old Testament, is in there. When he came, did you ever see any sin sacrifice in the Bible? In the New Testament, he sacrificed himself to wipe away all the sins of the world. He told you now you don't need to carry a goat or a sheep anywhere to go and atone for your sins. You don't even need to stand at a particular place and pray, because God is there. God is everywhere in the world. Did he not teach us that? Was he not the same person who told us that the 10 commandments could now be sacrificed and summarized into just 2? Do you remember? He said the 10 commandments: thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not, 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 thou shalt not. 10 of them now became 2. What are the 2 commandments that have become a summary of the 10 commandments?